So I've been in business for quite a few years now. Like I started as a one-man show, and right now I got a team of over 35 rock stars all over the world and still growing our businesses fast. And over the years, there's always been these things that you sort of like, you hear over and over and over again, and you sort of know it works, but you like, for some reason it doesn't click and you don't really adapt it, right? Like the first time this actually happened to me is like back in the old days. Everyone was talking about you need to build your email list, and I was hearing that for years. Yeah, I need to build my email list, I never really built my email list until years later, and the first time I did it, it actually saved my business. I was back at square zero, I literally had no revenue at all, and made over $10,000 in the first 24 hours. If you Google for it, or you'll find a backstory of that. In this video, I'm gonna reveal something that I think you have heard many times. I know I have heard it many times, and I haven't really adapted it, and I'm starting to adapt much more into that. And that's what I call the sniper scaling strategy. I'm not sure if that's the official term. I actually do know it's not, because I just made that term up like 5 minutes ago, but it actually points out what that is. So what's it all about? If you're in business, if you're starting out, then most likely you wanna, like, you have big dreams, you wanna build a big business, or maybe not, but like either way, most people will create something that is for everyone, because it is scary to say, no, I'm only serving this small segment of people. Instead of approaching a wide range of type of customers, the more narrow you specify who your ideal customer is, the easier it will be to attract them, to stand out, to serve them. And actually a really good example for that in my space, in the online marketing space, is ConvertKit. Back in the day when they started out, there were already tons of email providers, like email autoresponders, like MailChimp, Aweber, GetResponse, all these different tools, right? So what's new? Like you could obviously differentiate yourself with like features or like price. You don't want to do that on price, but you could, right? You could say like, hey, I'm the cheapest, or like, I have this cool little feature. What they did is they didn't do any of that. What they said is like, no, what we're gonna do, we are gonna specify for one specific target market, right? So you could say like, all right, we're gonna be the autoresponder for everyone who's doing online marketing. No. They went like, we're only here for bloggers. Like, only if you blog, that's who we're gonna serve. And because they were so narrow, because they were so specific on who they were trying to serve, everything became easier. Because all of a sudden, on their landing page, it was easy to write, because it was like, hey, are you a blogger? Like, or like the email autoresponder for bloggers. And people think like, hey, that's me, I'm a blogger. Whereas if they go to MailChimp, it's like, that's for everyone. Like, and they have to ask themselves, is this for me? So by knowing exactly, like, we're specifically for this specific niche, for this specific target audience, they reached a point where like they're way much brighter. Initially it was bloggers, then it was for creators, like not just blogging, but creators as a whole. And now they're more, I believe, more wider. But that's only because they reached to a certain scale, right? Initially, like most people assume, like I don't want to go too narrow because the market is too small. And personally, I've heard this for many years. Like, it's nothing new. Like, the more narrow you go, the better off your business will be. I've heard it many times, and yet I haven't truly done it. I can still do a better job at it, and I will be doing a better job at it. And to be honest, one of the reasons why I haven't, this is for you here, I don't think I mentioned this publicly before, but simply because I've been afraid. Like, it's scary to say, you know what, we're running ads to all those different people. And we're attracting all these different people. We're gonna say like, no, we're only gonna focus on this segment, and we're gonna try to get way more of those, but we're gonna ignore the rest. That is really scary. And then recently I had a call with a coach of mine, his name is Dan Bertel, and he mentioned in one of his trainings, he said something that made it click for me. It's like, even when you narrow it down to one specific core audience, it doesn't mean that the rest can't join. It just means that you optimize for this one audience. And that, for me, is sort of like, finally, like, light bulb went off, like, duh. And it's sort of like, it was a relief, because now I'm not as scared anymore. So going forward, you'll probably see me narrowing my market down towards a specific audience, because I know that once we do that, it will be easier to attract new people. It will be easier to optimize our roadmap, to decide what we're going to build. And more importantly, we'll be able to help those people much better, right? So focusing is the key. And that's really what I mean with the sniper scaling strategy. If you are still trying to serve everyone, ask yourself, who is my ideal customer? And try to narrow it down as specifically as you can. And usually when you think you've narrowed it down, you can still go a lot more narrow, right? Make it as specific as possible. And if you're not quite sure who that person is, the best lesson I've learned is to have calls with your audience, calls with your customers. Talk to them face to face. This is not something you can get from a survey. This is not something you can get from reading a Facebook group. this is something you need to one-on-one conversations with your clients to truly then understand them, truly like see the patterns, or like truly get like, this is actually my ideal customer. This is the group of people that I want to serve, that I can help best, right? And that's when you can optimize for that. Your website is going to go optimize for that. Your emails that you send out are going to be optimized for that. The Facebook ads you run are going to be optimized for those people, right? And that way you will stand out way more. You will grow way faster. And only once you get to a certain point, when you've maxed out on, you know, all the opportunity there is, then you can sort of like branch out and go slightly wider. All right. Hope that helps for all of you today, and I'll see you next time. All right, cut, we're done here. Let's wrap it up. Oh, well, sorry, you're still there. Well, in that case, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel where I share marketing tips, tricks, and strategies that will help you grow your business faster. So you can click on the subscribe button right now or check out the next video. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.